Hail and well met. Welcome to episode 46 of the Westgate Irregulars campaign. Yay! These are the Dungeon Scrawlers, and I am Eric Scott DeB, the DM of this campaign. Thank you for joining us. Take it away, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels Saga, a 6-book series set in the Forgotten Realms that follows twin tieflings as they fight against the Nine Hells. And I'm going to tell you about our sponsors real quick. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Farida and Havilar from that thing I said a minute ago. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. I believe just now they started the Simroll event. So in Luskin, which we had a lot of fun talking about on Champions of Glory this Monday. For more information, you can check out idlechampions.com. And if you are here from that game, or you're just kind of ready to jump in with both feet, you can type in that command at the bottom of the screen into the chat, and it will give you a code that will give you a gold chest with some great goodies. So stick around, let us know what you got. Not anything cool and shiny. And yeah, or check them out at idlechampions.com.
I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy under Rhiannon Held and space opera under RZ Held. And we are all authors, and you can see some of our books below in the Amazon Blacksmith widget. So check them out.
Sure.
Somewhere
down there.
I'm pointing at Erin, then Erin needs to point down at the... Here, I'll hand it off to you, Erin. And you can...
It confuses me so much because the Zoom screen is not the same.
All right. Now we can arrange the Zoom screens. Now they allow that, so we should probably strategize ahead of time to arrange our Zoom screens.
That's interesting. Hey, Yang Yang, who are you?
Rogar? I don't know.
That's right. We got stuck.
We got derailed.
Yang Yang, introduce yourself. You're muted.
Muted. Oh, the tech guy's muted.
No. Hi, I'm Yang Yang Wang.
See, he's an imposter. I can tell.
It's evil Yang Yang playing evil Stong.
Hi, I'm Yang Yang Wang, a writer and a filmmaker.
That's right. Dark Yang Yang.
Well, anyways, that's what you get. Who's next?
I'm Stephen Merlino. I'm a writer and a teacher.
Hi, I'm Rogar Battlebairn, spokesperson for Friday Afternoon Tea, a fine collection of teas that themed teas for games and other geek culture. I'm currently enjoying Druid's Blend. You know, after a hard night of fighting masks and getting drunk at Big Edna's, I like to sit on the dock.
Enjoying Druid's Blends.
And enjoy Druid's Blend, because Ruin's not the only Druid I put in my mouth, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, anyway, check it out. FridayAfternoonTeas.com. It's pretty good stuff. Or FridayTea.com.
FridayTea.com. Yeah.
Yes, there's trap content.
Nice. Well, 2 points of business. One, apparently everyone is under the impression that I have red hair because of the lighting. I don't really have red hair. I have kind of brownish hair, but it looks red in the lighting. And also, apparently I look really small this week, so bourbon glass included for scale. And on that note...
It's a tiny bourbon glass.
Totally.
Player's Handbook included for scale.
There we go.
What if it's a tiny player's handbook? It's a player's handbook for ants.
Potted plants included for scale.
Eric.
Oh my god.
The Westgate Irregulars are on their way back to Darkdance Manor, and you all come together, just as you did at the beginning of your travels. The way in which you come back together varies depending on your activities of the night and day and night and day before. So let's start with Artemisia. Artemisia, the last couple of days have been a blur. A blur of day drinking, of night drinking, of handsome elf boys, and some less handsome elf boys, but you were drinking. So.
Well, so it is not a walk of shame because she is not ashamed. There is nothing to be ashamed of. But she is wearing the clothes that any of you last saw her when she was last at Darkdance Manor. It's the same clothes. It is also probably noticeable to y'all that her hair is actually down, and some of the like French braided bits on top of her head are still in, but then the rest is just like back in a tail, which is just like, what is happening? Artemisia never is like that out in public. But you know, what can you do when you don't really have a good mirror? Because you're not quite sure like which guy's house this is that like you stayed over in. So
Wow.
she's coming
Question
back.
from the audience, is it Lilton? No.
I said some handsome and some not so handsome, and neither of those describes Lilton. Lilton is beautiful. All you people in the chat insulting Lilton, you know, you're talking shit about David Bowie, and that's disrespectful. Anyway, so Artemisia ends up back at the manor. You're not really sneaking in because you're not ashamed. But you do stride in with your hair down, obviously in need of a bath because it's been a while.
Yep.
And who is waiting for you there in the manor? Does somebody want to volunteer?
Rogar.
Rogar is there waiting.
Well, he's busy. Oh, Artemisia.
Hi. Yes.
Hey, it's good to see you. You're looking a bit disheveled.
Yes, but not for long. But
Okay.
What do you need? What's going on?
Oh, sorry. Well, first I heard you turned into a wolf and sort of from Sarshan that you turned into a wolf and that you kind of missed out the sulks at dawn and then you kind of disappeared for a day. I guess first I just want to make sure you're all right.
Yes, of course I am. Yes. So she always lugs her bag around with her, like spell components, never be without them. So she takes out her notebook and she like flips to a page and she shows it to you like hopefully fast enough that you won't look at like all of what's written there, but she's like tapping one list. And so there's this list that says wolf mitigation. And if anybody wants to actually read it, it's on the website in one of her like lists posts. I forget which one. So it's got like a number of different things like eat a big meal, lock herself in, like
Silver
I think
chains.
Like
I don't know that she's going that far just yet.
Sweet. Okay.
So she like flashes it at Rogar and she's like, see, I got it under control. And she like puts it away.
Wolf mitigation plan,
Yes.
right? Okay. Well, that's good, I guess. So I'm glad to see you though, because lots of things happened while you were away. He blushes slightly, and then but I was asked to matchmake somebody, and I'm kind of excited about it. I haven't done this like forever since I was back at the outpost, and I had just decided to rededicate myself sort of to my clerical duties, and then this just sort of fell in my lap, as it were. And but then I realized, back in the outpost, like of course the temple, we knew all of the dwarves that were in the outpost, and some back at the rift. We knew their ages, what their temperament, their family lineage, their status, and all of that, and could easily pair up dwarves. But I really realized I do not have anything like that here. So I'm wondering if, like, maybe if you have like a list of sort of, I don't know, eligible, wealthy persons in the city.
Boy, do I.
I knew I'd come to the right person.
There is a pile of letters waiting there.
Oh,
Most of them addressed to Artemisia.
okay.
Yes. At my desk. It's not in my this notebook. But
Would you be willing to share that with me?
yes, we can go there, and I will read these letters as I walk. So she's attempting to at least sort through them to see who the return addresses are, if there's anybody that jumps out at her.
Okay. Well, I do want to say that when you get back to the manor, you can smell food cooking, and it makes you hungry. You're not sure if you've eaten anything in a while. So
Well, that is on the wolf mitigation list.
perhaps,
Don't go hungry.
Perhaps morning feast, even though it is essentially high sun, might be in order.
Do you mind if I eat or but first I'll go get some food and then we can
Aye.
talk.
Okay.
Absolutely. I wanted to talk to Stong anyway. I bet he could help me. Like, he seems to be very good with wooing the ladies, as it were. So maybe he might have some insights.
And
for me.
compose you or a song to give to one half of the pair or something. I don't know.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
nice, yes. Oh, you're full of great ideas. Aye. And I just trying to get a sense of what sort of things work. I know what works for a dwarf, courting another dwarf, but I realized maybe I could use Stong's tips. So okay.
Yeah, you probably don't want like too many of mine. Like Marcelea was the one who taught me. So anyway.
Okay.
Gonna go get some food.
Okay. And Rogar will seek out Stong
All
while
right.
she's eating.
Stong, where are you? This would be the high sun after your encounter with the elf smith's daughter.
So I think Stong would be in the kitchen. He would have just finished breakfast with his daughter Mirabelle. And before Rogar enters, he would have placed Mirabelle on the kitchen table in front of him. And right after they'd finished their meals, he's clearing off their plates. He turns around and he looks down at Mirabelle. And Stong wants to say, Mirabelle, I believe I haven't asked you enough about what your own interests are. Do you think that's correct?
I like pudding.
Pudding is good. So then Stong is going to pick up like a small bowl of pudding and place it on one corner of the table.
Mirabelle suddenly becomes very serious.
Stong is then going to draw a dagger from his belt, and he is going to say, well, there are other things in life besides pudding. Pudding is easy to get. And he's going to put the dagger on like a different corner, like the opposite corner from the pudding. And he's going to say, maybe if you knew how to use a dagger, you can get more pudding than what's in this bowl.
Daddy, stab.
Maybe. And then he's going to pull a magic scroll, one of the two that Sturge gave him, from his belt, and he's going to place it on another corner of the table. And then he's going to go sit in the fourth corner of the table. And he's going to say to Mirabelle, what would you be interested in? You have a say in your own future here.
Mirabelle looks at the various objects. And then she looks at the dagger, like, real hard. And she goes like... And then the dagger starts glowing red with heat.
Stong continues to watch.
And then it starts burning through the table.
Ooh. Stong is going to
Table on fire.
Stong is going to the other side of the table. He is going to knock the dagger away, and then he's going to get down on his knee and look at Mirabelle, and he's going to say, "Wrong choice."
Oh, what?
Mirabelle goes, huh? And the dagger had been burning down into the table, and the table goes and breaks, and then the pudding and the scroll come sliding down. And Mirabelle goes, ah.
You have great power, Mirabelle, but you should have chosen me.
Oh my God.
Remember this.
Do you
Next
catch the
time.
pudding or the scroll before they get to her?
Nope.
Okay, the pudding lands in her face and like all over her. And she looks up at you and she's like,
Stong will clean off her face. Yeah, so when he tells her that, he'll be cleaning off her face, and maybe that's when Rogar enters.
ta-da, Rogar. You show up.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, we're just having breakfast, Rogar.
Oh,
Do you want some?
That's so sweet. I could always use a bit of scran. Sure.
Should Artemisia be
what's for
coming in too,
breakfast?
or did you want to do a private thing?
We can.
I thought you were going to get your
I
list.
don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, we
Well,
can do it. We can
Okay,
follow up after.
so Artemisia was headed toward the kitchen to get food.
Yeah,
Rogar was headed toward Stong, but Stong happened to be in the kitchen.
yeah. So, yeah, but we can continue our conversation. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, we can go get
Well,
the list after
wait.
breakfast.
Yeah, we can run into each other again.
I have a good solution.
Yeah.
So, Artemisia, as you're starting toward the kitchen, Elver comes out with a tray,
Okay.
and it has a little loaf of bread and like some cheese, and he just offers it to you.
Thank you.
And then
very
he
much.
kind of gestures over to the earth moat gazebo.
She's going to pile the tray with letters as well. Go take it to
All
the,
right,
the gazebo.
Okay, I didn't mean to like shut down.
no
Yeah.
worries. So Artemisia is taking a few moments to refresh herself. Go ahead, Rogar.
I was just. Hey, Stone.
Hey.
Listen. So, I was asked to matchmake somebody, and a young lady in Westgate, and I was wondering if you like had any sort of tips on sort of the things that I don't know, young ladies of Westgate are attracted to or interested in. What might she be looking for?
Mirabelle comes bobbling over toward Rogar,
Stong is going
crashes
to.
into his leg.
Well, she can tell me what she's looking for, but more like ways to that I might help her mate, like potential mates, match up nicely with her, like not put their foot in their mouth when they meet her and stuff.
Rogar, if this is about the matter pertaining to Asha, I believe I've already taken care of it for you, my friend.
But how did you know about Asha?
Oh, I just overheard you talking about it yesterday, and you seemed like you wanted to spend some time with Ruan, so I helped you out.
Daddy's
Oh.
smart, Mirabelle says.
Oh, okay. Well,
Always choose daddy.
Yep.
um,
He picks up Mirabelle and then holds her against his neck and gives her like a little cuddle. That's a good
that's sweet.
girl.
She really is dedicated to you. That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, I was kind of looking forward to the matchmaking, but what? So you found her a good partner then?
Well, I gave her what she wanted. I mean, it seemed like her dad was so interested in marrying her off, and you
Aye.
were interested in her romance. But when I asked her what she wanted,
Hmm.
she said freedom.
Oh, yeah.
Mirabelle says.
I had gotten that
And
sense
Daddy.
from Daddy.
Yes.
What her father had said, but I was indeed going to try and approach her with, finding out what she wanted, and then but also finding some way to make her father happy as a separate thing, because I suspect that no matter what she wants, if her father is not convinced, is not satisfied in what he thinks that he wants for her, then he's going to continue to press his interest onto her. And so I was hoping to kind of, find her happiness, but I guess if you did, then
Oh,
you
Rogar.
did.
We can definitely take care of her father if he decides to press the issue. But I think what's important here is the happiness of the daughter,
Oh my
right?
God.
Happiness, Mirabelle
Of
says.
course.
I mean, we don't want to have people pushing their agendas on other people, right?
Oh, exactly. Not at all.
Did Randy's volume go down?
Randy, I mean, Rogar, you should speak up a little louder.
Okay.
Maybe twice as loud.
All right.
There we go.
So are you? So do you have thoughts then on how to satisfy her father's desire for to ensure her daughter has status and wealth and security? Then is what
Oh.
you're saying.
Absolutely. I think you could probably even talk to the daughter sooner rather than later, now that she's under my employ.
Under your employ.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Oh, it means that she helps me earn a bit of coin and manage the funds. I needed an accountant. Cecilia's helping me make so much money, and I've been lending out a lot of it. I just need to figure out. I'm not so good with numbers, So I just need somebody to help me figure those things out.
Oh, so she's good with numbers, is she?
Terrific.
Accounting.
Sharper than a rapier.
Mirabelle says, Daddy, local business leader.
I'm trying. I have to provide for my loved ones and for my darling baby girl.
Loved ones and daughter.
Well, and then you gave all of that money to that wee lass who came by as well, didn't you? That Cecilia seemed to be quite
Yes.
taken with.
Oh, yes. I'll be checking up on her later, but
What was her name? It was
Lathaka.
Lathaka. Right. So, wow, you seem to be establishing quite a business empire in Westgate. That's great. That's good to have ambitions. All right. Well, yeah, I guess I will go talk to Asha and just to make sure. I'm sure she's quite happy with whatever you have arranged. So I guess I will just. But I feel obliged. I mean, I told her father that I would talk to her, so I feel kind of obliged to do so.
Oh, please do, by all means.
Okay.
I would never dream of stopping you.
Well, okay. Okay. Can I just roll an insight really quick?
While he does that, can I?
What is your intention, Randy? Is your intention to determine if something is wrong with Stong?
No. It's more of
If I'm lying?
Just it's to get a sense of if I honestly feel Stong has seen to her best interest, I guess, and I'm just kind of thrown, and I want to see if
Sure, make an insight check.
and if Stong is no, you know what? I would trust Stong. I trust Stong. Fully.
Okay.
So, okay, yeah. I mean, you're such a good friend, Stong. I appreciate you trying to help out while I was engaged with Ruan, and I do feel, though, honor bound to see this through myself. So it's not to question. I'm sure you've done a fine job with Asha. I just, I think I do need to go talk to her still. And but thank you, I guess.
Oh, don't mention it. Let's just say you can owe me one later.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I'll kind of wander off sadly with my cheese.
I just want to point
I'm gonna
out,
go sad cheese eat.
I think it was Robert N. Emerson that coined it, but in the chat, they've coined wrong Stong for this. And I love it. And that is what I will be using from now on. It's not evil
Wrong
Stong, it's
Stong.
wrong
Wrong
Stong.
Stong.
Pretty
yeah.
accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed in myself for not thinking.
I know, right?
Good job.
Well done, Ron.
Okay. So, Artemisia, first of all, two things. One, food is very good, and it is making you feel much better, more like yourself. Bath will be upcoming. Two, as you're sitting there eating, maybe not entirely in a ladylike manner, because you're really hungry.
Yep.
You notice, of all people, Sebastian moving around the library and taking note of the books and writing something down on a board. There's a paper over the board, like a Realms clipboard. He is indeed left-handed. He doesn't really seem to have noticed you. He's just intent on doing what he's doing.
Well, she's going to sort of finish off the rest of the food, like basically stuff it in her face, and pick up her letters, and then sort of like go to see, like, if she can see what he's writing. Probably not.
You could sneak up on him if you want to. You could call out to him. If you want to sneak up on him, make a stealth check.
No, I don't think she would do that to him. So she's going to say, what are you looking for?
Oh. He kind of perks up and he's like, oh, Lady Tyrone, I didn't see you there. I'm just cataloging the books. I think some have gone missing recently.
Oh, you worked with Mirren before, didn't you?
Right. And I saw that she was referring to a book and I wasn't sure which book it was. So now I'm trying to get a good sense of what all the books are. And if any are missing, then I can start the search. Also, I really like lists. And he shows you the board.
Oh, yeah, they're really useful.
Oh, so good. The Rogar wasn't there to hear that.
So
anyway, yeah, I'm making a note of all the titles, and I also went through and counted all of the spices in the pantry, and I have made a count of all the resources available to the irregulars, and I just thought it might be helpful. Plus, I needed something to do, so.
That's the please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Look, I'm useful. Please don't hate me.
It's more like I make lists obsessively.
that could be helpful. And she like takes out her own notebook and like makes a little note to herself, like think about what like things Sebastian could like catalog. I will get back to you because I think that I might have some things that you could do. Have you talked to Eliver?
I have spoken to Eliver. He doesn't speak back, obviously.
Yeah. Would he want anything? Because he would be first priority.
He did seem to be relieved that I was interested in helping, and I have looked over the manor's finances briefly because that was the ledger that he shoved in my face, and things seem to be in fairly good order. Although, well, since Lady Darkdance has been away, there hasn't been anyone to distribute funds, and there's a great deal of decision making to be done. I could show you that if you like. You are the seneschal of the tower, yes?
Yes. And at this point, the council meeting is tomorrow. That Artemisia's
it would be tomorrow if today were yesterday, but in fact, it is this evening. Sebastian says.
Smart ass.
Well, Artemisia sort of missed a day in there. I need to.
It's all right. You were busy.
Prepare for that, and I would welcome your help, as long as you're not in my sister's way. If she...
Yes, I suspect Ilya does not want to see me, and I suspect that would go poorly. So yes, I will stay out of her way.
Okay. In which case, like, she's gonna consult her notebook and like give him a bunch of tasks to help get things ready.
Oh,
for
wonderful.
her to go to the council meeting tonight.
Yes. If you need anything then, and I am not here, you can speak with the unseen servant, and it will give you whatever you wish.
The unseen servant?
Yes. I would say it's over there, but I can't see it either.
Would Artemisia know about this, or?
No.
I didn't know if it was something that Marin was known to have.
You feel a faint whisper of wind, and you realize that there is something moving in the room that you cannot see.
Oh, well,
It seems to be mostly interested in setting up baths.
Huh. Okay. Good to know.
Like this. Unseen. Prepare a bath for Lady Tararon. And the bookcase like slides open, revealing this big bathroom with a big bath in the middle of it. And you see a pail of water rise up on its own and just pour into the tub.
I think I'm gonna miss staying here when we leave. Just a little bit.
Yes, I should get working on these tasks.
Yes,
And
go ahead.
Sebastian heads off.
And Artemisia is gonna go take that bath. Looking forward to it.
All right. It is at this point that Cecilia and Sarshan return to the manor.
Is this right after the cultist?
Yeah. Sarshan's all excited because, you saved the world. Probably no one will believe us, but we will know in our hearts that we have done a great deed.
I don't
today.
think it's a terribly weird thing that we found eldritch cultists outside Westgate, but okay. Do we have to come back here? Maybe we don't have to be here.
Well, no, I suppose we don't have to be here. Sarshan says, I never even really thought about it. You want to go somewhere else?
Kinda. Didn't have a good time last time I was here.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. We should go somewhere else. And it is at that point that you see Sturge slipping through the darkness and through the garden up toward the steps where you are right now. You kind of hesitated on the threshold of the manor. Sturge, you are now there.
Do I see Sturge, or does Sturge appear as if from the ether?
You do see Sturge approaching.
I just want to give him the opportunity to do his
Well,
thing.
where have you been?
Ow.
We were fighting a great elemental evil from beyond the veil of reality, Sarshan.
See, does that sound Does that sound unbelievable to you?
Yes,
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't.
Aha! I believe you owe me 5 gold pieces, Sarshan says to
Oh.
Cecilia.
I mean, that seems perfectly reasonable.
Aha!
It's too late. Where have you been?
Can you explain, and where? You didn't fight night masks without me, did you?
No, I did not fight night.
They were black goat cultists, Sarshan says.
Yeah, what is
helpfully.
that? That was not a goat.
Black goat.
I got the sense it was an eldritch entity from beyond the veil of reality that spawns creatures.
Ah, well, there is that Orcus fellow.
Like
Yeah,
an
the-
evil fertility god.
Literally don't know what you're talking about, but
Oh, big belly, goat head, man boobies.
no, it was not that. Glimpse of it.
Hmm.
What are we talking about again? Sarshan
We're
says.
talking about the goat. It's not a goat.
The goat is not.
We're not. I think we're gonna go. I don't think this is.
Place has been dead without you. Where are you going?
I don't know. Back to the Purple Lady. That's where all my stuff is. Still, we haven't gone back.
Well, I haven't been there for a little while either, but I can't go as long as I have this nasty, pokey, sticky, slicey, drow-hating blade with me.
Can you not leave it?
I guess I could. I've never tried. Let's see.
That is a cursed blade that he cannot part with.
Well, I was going to say it would be a nice experiment to go ahead and do. But if you know your cursed blades, I guess.
I do, Sergeant says. But if you would like to try, feel
I
free.
guess we could go get your stuff. I don't know. I don't feel like.
I suppose
here
as
right
long
now.
as you make sure that Shay isn't there, I won't have any trouble at all. Unless
Isn't
it's a
Shay coming here at the end of the last episode?
In fact, you do see Shay come through the gate into the courtyard.
Okay, Sturge runs inside and up.
Into the manor?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is she doing here? He yells from inside the door. Tell her to go away.
No.
The death wish?
You're like, hey, Shay, Sturge's racist sword is still here.
Oh. Shay says, I was hoping to find Illyra. I believe she came here because she was going to look in on Mirren. And she said that if she wasn't back by morning, I should come and find her.
Okay, I'll go get Illyra. You can't come in. If you get too close, Sturge will do terrible things. I'm pretty sure.
Sartian says, I shall keep her company on the porch.
It's not me, Shay.
And Shay says,
asked you any questions about eldritch horrors? The answer is, that seems very normal.
yeah, I know the drill.
I love you, Shay.
They exchange a knowing look.
It's the sword.
Sartian says, it really is the sword. And Shay says, I know. And he says, did I mention the ancient eldritch horror that we took out this morning? And she says, that seems reasonable.
Westgate.
So you're headed inside.
Is it Tuesday on Westgate? Oh yeah, Eldritch Horror.
I'm just gonna go straight toward Mirren's room.
Okay.
Cecilia, can you fill me in? I must have been up in the tower composing my researches. Illyra has come home.
I mean, her wife is knocked out.
And so, yes, I didn't even know she herself had returned from wherever she'd gone.
Oh, yeah, no. Remember Shay's letter? She found Illyra. They found Illyra and Kaylin and brought them back. And we went in looking for Mirren and also some prisoners that they left behind.
Oh, yes.
Catch up from our Extra Life show.
But okay. Where was she?
I don't know.
So
nobody has told me that part.
Right.
The main doors of the manor open into the grand library, where Artemisia is finishing up her meal, and you see Cecilia arrive. You didn't see Sturge slip in because Sturge is real stealthy. And Stong and Rogar come out of the kitchen at that moment, and you're all standing in the great hall with the big library.
Okay.
And then the doors of Mirren's room open, and Illyra Nathland comes out. And she says, oh, good. You're all here.
Shay's out front. She wants to talk to you.
Why, when someone says you're all here, does it never go well after that? But, okay.
She looks tired, but not unhappy.
Okay. Artemisia is she's still probably trying to dry her hair a little bit. She's gonna go right up to her and say, is Mirren, is there anything that we can do now that you've seen Mirren to help with her state? Has she woken up? Sorry, I wasn't around for a little while.
Nay, she is in some manner of trance. This happens to her on occasion. It means that she has spent too much of her energy and needs to recharge, and it takes some time. I would like to stay with her and watch over her, but I have too many things happening, and I cannot be away from them for so long. It is for this reason that I I wish to thank you for returning Mirren to me. And secondly, I wish to ask of you a further kindness.
Anything.
I was hoping you would say that. Well, all that I need someone to protect Mirren. And if you would stay here in the manor and protect her while I'm away, not all of you necessarily. You notice that she did notice Cecilia's face kind of like twitch a little bit. And Ilra then says, not all of you need be here, but hopefully at least one of you to see if she awakens or if someone comes to attack her in her weakness. I have put about Westgate that she is on holiday and has left the activities of her manor and her business in the hands of her seneschal, Artemisia Terran.
Yes, sorry about that, but I will fulfill those duties.
Well, I know it was not strictly your idea, but I am glad that you have accepted it.
Oh, thank you.
Those of you who wish to stay here, you are free to do so. Those of you who do not, you are free to stay at the Purple Lady as long as you like, obviously.
Lady
So-
Ilra, I'm glad to see you back.
Yes, Crab and Glear.
Can you tell us where you were after the the fight with the Night King? We worried, of course, about Mirren, but we'd heard that you two had gone there, and so then we worried about you too, but we weren't quite sure if you had, in fact, gone to the manor during that battle or not.
She sighs. It is a long and sad story that does not reflect particularly well upon me, but I shall sum it up briefly for everyone, not keep you for too long. I embarked on my own search for Mirren, and it led me to the hidden house in the sewers. I neglected my duties and my obligations to those who depend upon me in the time that I was away, and I became a prisoner of a certain foreign wizard of your acquaintance who enslaved my mind. I had thought myself impervious to such assaults, but I apparently was wrong.
Stong is going to glance at Cecilia.
Yeah, Artemisia too.
Stoneface. I did warn you.
You did, and you were right. I thought I was equal to the task, but not alone. I don't think anyone could defeat that man alone. So you were right, said Celia, and I paid the price for it. I was under his control for some time, and eventually, my second, Shay, did rescue me, and I'm still recovering. She grasps her shoulder, like it's injured and she's really sore. I will be returning to the Purple Lady, where I will be recuperating for some time and checking on my business in the city that I have left unattended for too long. I probably would have perished in that temple had not Shadowbane come to rescue either myself or Mirren. It's hard to tell with him. Anyway.
It may please you to know that I stuck a blade poisoned with lotus poison between that man's ribs.
It does please me to know that.
He wasn't pleased. And I think Cecilia, in another dimension, I don't know what, also gave him a rather memorable blow.
Chopped his head off.
He is dead then.
As far as
I
we
wouldn't-
know.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't count on it.
Mm.
Yes, wizards can be slippery. Cecilia, I would wish to speak with you further if you would not mind. Join me at the Purple Lady?
Okay. I guess I was heading there anyway.
Fantastic.
I wish I could join you. As you may have heard, Lady Illyra, I now bear a sword that has distinct dislike for
Ah, yes, the racist sword. Illyra said.
it's a rather sorry state. I'd like to see shaved.
May I see it? The
Yes,
sword, I mean.
yes. Here it is.
Okay. Crackles slightly with purple flame. Can you hand it to me?
I can
She asked that like it's a real question, not like, will you hand it to me?
try. I sheath it and hold it by the sheath and hold the handle toward her.
She closes her fingers around the handle. Can't pull it out of the sheath. But she does let go of it. Yes, it has bonded to you. I see.
Is that what you call it? Okay. Yes.
Enslaved you to its whims, if you prefer. Having been under one or two curses in my time, I do recognize the signs. Yes, I would ask that you not come to the Purple Lady. Aside from my last friend, I do occasionally entertain customers of a dark elf persuasion. And if this sword has a particular pathos against dark elves, then that would not be good for me or for you.
It saddens me, but so be it.
Alas, my clientele shall be deprived of your puppet shows.
Mm.
Alas and alack, shall we go, Cecilia?
Yes, I guess so. On the way out, she's going to ask Sarshan if he could get the stuff that's left in her room here, because I'm sure she has some detritus has followed Cecilia into Darkdance Manor. That seems pretty standard.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions for Illyra before she leaves?
One other thing.
Yes.
We found Mirren out of that temple.
So I was right.
She was fallen, unconscious as you see her now. Above her on a plinth was a gold ruby encrusted chalice with some liquid.
Illyra kind of stands up straight. What did you say?
That's interesting.
A gold ruby encrusted chalice.
Do you have this chalice?
Of course I do.
You brought it with you, of course.
Of course I did.
Is it cursed too?
Where is it?
It's in the room in which I'm staying. In a
Is
bag.
it safe?
It's.
Is it secret?
It's fairly secret. I haven't.
Keep it that way. I shall come back to you at midnight.
All right.
Stong is listening.
Oh no!
It is. It is. I have not touched it.
That's for the best. Do
I-
not drink from it.
Good point.
And do not let anyone
Don't
touch
drink
it.
from the strange, probably
Right.
cursed goblet that seems to be full of blood. Check.
Right. Well, it's only like a quarter full of blood. You want to be optimistic about it.
I'm
one
pretty
is the
sure the
optimistic
blood
one?
is no longer in it. It's
Okay.
probably drugged.
Illyra seems unsettled. But then she
Is it the kind of thing where like you take it somewhere and then it just spontaneously refills with blood from some place?
Whoa.
I think that should be ascertained. Is there blood in the goblet still?
Yes, you should show us the goblet.
well, it's currently in Sturge's hiding place.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sturge is going to volunteer to guard Mirren until the night. And
You're not going to steal anything from her, are you? Illyra says. Like
You already
her
did
rod,
that.
for instance.
well, what steal what?
Nothing.
We already did borrow some things, but they're all back where they were from.
What? And Cecilia looks at her finger and goes, you jerk.
Rogar pats where the rod of the ram, or no, there was the
You
rod
stole my
of
ring. You blew me off.
something.
You're on my list now.
It wasn't your ring. You knew it was borrowed until we got Mirren back.
You know what? When you want things from people, you can use your words and say, hey, I need that ring back.
At the time I needed it back, you were not in a position to, you didn't have very many words.
Excuse me, I tried to talk to you in that moment and you blew me off.
And she's going to grab Illyra and be like, do you want to go or what?
We should go.
As Illyra tries to walk past, Stong is going to step in front of her real quick, and he's going to say,
She looks up at
"Illyra,
you.
I think
Yes.
you should tell us plainly. What will happen to somebody who drinks from that cup?
Will fall under the sway of the Night King.
How strong of a sway is it?
I almost
Unbreakable.
murdered someone I love very dearly.
Do you think we could destroy this cup, or do you think if we
I
kill the Night King?
tried. Actually, Gedrin Shadowbane tried, and it almost shattered Vindicator.
Hmm.
So
Was that?
it seems unlikely.
There are a lot of rubies on it.
Kalen's predecessor, Illyra says.
That was information I didn't have.
Well, thank you for that information. And then he'll step back and let her pass.
Stong, she
Yes,
says,
Illyra?
do not drink from the chalice.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. I was thinking if it gave me some strength, perhaps I would, but it doesn't do that.
Stong has become rather muscle obsessed.
I need the strength to protect my friends, Illyra.
Illyra is looking at Stong very incisively.
Cecilia suddenly remembers and she looks at Stong. She goes, did you put those evil books back where you found them?
What?
Evil book.
Did a sending to me and you said, I found a bunch of evil books. And I said, I can't come back. Don't open them. You put them
Mirren's-
back, right? Because you can't leave
Mirren's
those where
evil
Mirabelle
books?
can find those.
You know, a lot of things happened the other day. I mean, I got a bunch of books and I put a bunch of them back. I think the unseen servant put back a bunch of books too.
Stong, Illyra steps toward you and lays her velvet wrapped hand on your chest. Would you flex for me, please?
Oh my God.
Stong just slightly smiles and then he'll make his two pecs
Black veins. Where are these books exactly?
Oh, I think you'll have to ask the unseen servant that.
Okay. In Elvish, who speaks Elvish? Raise your hand. Okay. Illyra says something in Elvish, which the sisters understand, and that is a command to the unseen servant. There's this breeze that blows past you, and your hair flutters, and then Illyra follows toward the kitchen, stomping toward the kitchen.
She stomps.
Oh yeah.
This whole we're leaving thing is really just an illusion, isn't it?
One moment, Cecilia.
I'm in hell. That's what's happening.
This is hell. There's no exit. Is there?
Welcome
You're
to the
just
hotel,
constantly
Mirror and Darkdance.
You
Oh,
love
this sounds
her,
like
and she loves
Aaron's
him,
hell.
and he loves him, and
We're leaving, but we're not leaving. But we're leaving when we have to leave right now, but we don't have all the things. So we're
Stong,
not actually leaving. And we have to do one more thing. So we're not leaving. I
Stong.
believe that is where I end up if I go down.
do you pursue her toward the kitchen? Does anyone pursue her toward the kitchen? Who?
Oh, yes.
I'll follow her into the kitchen.
Yeah, everybody.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Well,
You
sure,
crowd in the
yeah.
kitchen.
Let's go.
The force goes right toward the barrel, which seems agitated, and wrenches the top off the barrel, setting it against the wall. You see in this barrel, a foul scent arises from the barrel. The smell of moldering doppelganger cheese.
Oh,
And Illyra kind of roots around in the barrel. And you're all standing there and you're all waiting.
I'm stepping back. This is disgusting.
And then she reaches up and she just flicks cheese off of her hand. She says, nothing.
I mean, doppelganger cheese is not nothing. Ilra.
She waves and the top of the barrel swings back up and
A lot of
lands on it.
doppelgangers were milked to make that cheese.
Ilra says, yes, I never understood that particular taste. Cecilia, let's go. Out the servants' entrance, I think.
What
Okay.
did you tell the
Servant's entrance?
servant to
And there's a door out the kitchen.
Did you tell
Wait.
the servant to find you some cheese?
No, they leave.
Oh,
At some point, she's going to tell ask Sarshan to get her stuff and follow her to the Purple Lady.
Okay, yeah, you come around.
However that works.
You come around to the front where Sarshan is regaling Shay with stories about fighting cultists and saving the world, and also being a wolfman, what that's like. And Shay's like, oh, that sounds very reasonable. And Ilra shows up, and Shay like just brightens, and Ilra like, looks relieved, and they hug each other. And then Shay says, we're going, right? And Ilra says, yes. And she says, oh, thank the gods. You tell Sarshan to go get your stuff?
Yep.
All right. He says,
And meet me at the
course.
Purple Lady.
yes.
Thank you.
It was good to talk with you, Shay. And she says, oh, yes. And he heads off. And Shay says, that man is very handsome.
Cecilia blushes, I guess. I don't think Cecilia would respond to that very competently.
But he does not have very many stories to tell. And Ilra says, Shay, it's all right. Let's go back to the Purple Lady. And she
That's
says,
actually a good thing. He does not need to talk about everything.
no, he certainly doesn't, Shay says. And Ilra looks and gives her like this little side eye.
I think at that time, Stong would like to come out. He's also leaving, but he's not going to the Purple Lady. But he'll probably walk with Cecilia and Shay for a little while.
Okay, I did want to note that you're standing in the kitchen, like they have gone out of the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and then Stong, I guess you're going to follow them. But there's one other piece of information that I want to give you before you decide whether you're going to follow them.
Excellent.
And that is that there are a number of feathers on the floor,
Oh, interesting.
like brittle golden feathers.
ooh.
Stong is
What?
going to pick them up. I think he'll maybe try to do it on the sly, and then he'll like look at the window, and then he'll look at the back door, and then he'll kind of slightly smile to himself, and then walk out the front.
What?
So, two scenes now. On the way to the Purple Lady and still back at the Manor House. Which would you like to follow first?
On the way to the Purple Lady makes sense.
Great.
Follow that.
On the way to the Purple Lady. So, as you're walking away, Cecilia, Ilra says, I'm so sorry for that delay. Clearly, you did not want to be there, and I understand entirely.
Why do you think I don't want to be there?
I have been unhappy enough and frustrated with people enough in my life to recognize it in someone else.
All right, fair.
Shay says, is there something you wanted to talk about, Cecilia? Ilra says, you can give her space. It's fine. You can speak with us when you like, Cecilia, if you wish.
I feel like Cecilia probably wouldn't open up to Ilra, but I also feel like if that's the opportunity Cecilia gets, maybe she should take it.
I mean, Stong
she-
is following you all.
she'll go, maybe she'll go, I'm sorry about my father. I know what that's like.
I am sorry, I did not believe you.
Everybody kind of seemed to assume he's like a little illusion man.
Yes, well,
That's something I would be scared of.
every time I think I understand the full depths of depravity of those with power, one continues to surprise me. You must have spent years under that man's sway, and that's terrible. So Sarshan is coming bounding after you, and Stong is
Alrighty. I
also
guess I don't
coming
have a
bounding
ton
after
of
you.
Stuff.
And Shay says, she just kind of like dips back to intercept Sarshan. And he's like, Shay. And she's like, Sarshan. So tell me again about the cultists. And he's like, well, leaving you walking there with Ilra.
Taking one for the team.
I don't know. I want to believe he's dead, but I just don't think I'm that lucky. And
In my
I don't know.
experience, we're never that lucky.
there was a point where he wasn't so bad, or at least I didn't know he was so bad. And so part of me thinks maybe I should remember that and think nice things about him, because everybody's good somewhere deep down, right? Except they're not.
So Ilra kind of raises her hand slightly, and Shay like rounds on Sarshan, cutting him off entirely, and so she can pause and look at you. And she reaches out and takes your hand in her velvet wrapped hand, and she says, "No, there are some people that there is no good in them. You don't have to look for it. It's not your fault that any of this happened."
That's happened to me a lot.
It's because you are a willful woman who makes her own destiny.
It doesn't explain the baby abandonment, but I appreciate it.
We need to have several drinks.
Probably makes it so he's going to develop a drinking problem.
We should get a carriage. Is that Stong? All right, Stong, you catch up with them.
How much of the conversation have I heard?
Make a perception check. Well, make a roll and tell me what you got.
It's still perception?
Yeah, perception.
Oh, that's a 7. He's too busy thinking about other things.
Yeah. You didn't really catch anything that they were saying. Also, Sarshan is real loud, right? He's serenading the main street about saving the world from evil cultists.
Is the sky still dark? Is it like unnaturally dark still over?
It's high sun, so it is light now, but it gets dark really early and stays dark until pretty late.
Unusually so?
It seems unusual, but you've never really spent a full winter in Westgate, so you're not entirely sure.
Okay.
So anyway, Stong, you have kind of caught up with them.
He's going to walk with them for a bit of a distance, and he's going to see if there's a time when he can catch Cecilia's eye, in which case he would try to like motion her over.
All right. I got no reason not to go over there.
Yep.
What?
Cecilia,
Yeah.
you know, I've been a little troubled lately.
Why?
Well, you know, you're my manager, and you help me
Are
take
you
care.
firing me?
No. Not at all. I'm not very good with my money. And I feel like
Are you
certain
giving me your
people
money
have-
to manage? Ooh, God, moral conflict.
no, I mean, I feel like certain people close to us have kind of taken advantage of me a little bit.
What are you talking about?
I don't really know how to bring this up delicately, so I'm just gonna say it. Artemisia owes me a lot of gold. And I just frankly don't feel comfortable asking her for it.
You're in question. Didn't she pay you back?
No.
But then it had to go to the Briarhouse Fund.
Oh, got ya.
So
How
Shay and
much?
Sarshan have rejoined Ilra, and Sarshan is regaling them with stories, and they're both kind of like laughing and well, Ilra doesn't really laugh very much, but she's obviously smiling and happy, and Shay and Ilra are holding hands as they walk.
How much money does she owe you?
Oh, just about 2,000 gold.
What?
Yeah. So I want to throw this idea by you. and
Okay.
I want to see if you support me. So, for Briar House, I put in 1,000. You put in 1,000.
Right.
She borrowed 2,000 from me to throw it in there.
I
And
put
then-
in 500. Sarshan puts in.
He did put in
Sarshan
500.
did. And then Sturge put in 500.
Right.
So technically, we're all kind of co-owners, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, that 2,000, who do you think kind of owns that part?
Oh, this is not my bag, man. I guess you? Or, I mean, or she could pay you back. I don't know. You know what? I don't want to be up in her business right now.
Okay,
She's
okay.
got her own things going on. Like,
Oh man.
Just as my manager, and I really trust you.
mean,
You're my best
you
friend.
know
You're
what?
real
If she's
smart.
so hard up for money, maybe that's how you get it. You sort it out with for her. You say, "Hey, look, you don't have to pay me back. I just own your share of Briar House." I mean, if that's okay with you, that doesn't seem like a great deal because you can't spend a house.
Hmm.
And
I would be getting the short end of the stick. I agree. But maybe I'm just generous. I mean,
Oh,
you know, I'm a good friend.
you're very generous. What are you talking about?
Thank you, Cecilia. I mean, I know you've been going through a lot yourself too, and I don't want you to feel like I haven't noticed.
You like the only one that noticed?
Sturge told me, and I overheard about the poison and the antidote that you're holding. Have you thought at all about what to do with it?
I mean, at this point, if I remember right about having that poison in me, doesn't really matter. He's either dead or he went back to his Night Mask buddies and found the Duchess of Venom and got his own antidote, which is entirely possible. I didn't even know he knew Night Masks.
Hmm.
It. She's just like, you can tell, like, she's got like tight chest, panicky freak out. Like,
Wait, Cecilia, is there something else besides your dad?
right.
You mean other than her mom?
And
I don't want to go back to Darkdance Manor right now. I don't think that I belong there. Between the fact that Sebastian apparently is moving in with us and nobody seems to care, that I really don't want.
oh, I care.
And just that last night was really. I tried to. Tell Artemisia and actually Sturge, which is pretty stupid of me. But I tried to tell them something that was really scary and hard. And it was like I wasn't even there. Like I was just not even, it didn't even matter. And then she keeps talking about having sex with Sarshan, and I don't even know what that's about. And this is just a lot to deal with, and it's not the kind of thing that I know how to do. I'm an idiot about this, and
Stong's
I
going
don't
to
even
glance
know how
at
to ask.
Stong's going to glance at Starshin real quick when she talked about Artemisia wanting to have sex with Starshin. Did Starshin react at all?
He's not really listening.
I did not say that loud enough for Sarshan to hear.
Gotcha.
They're a little bit removed from you.
We heard that
I
500
also feel
gold,
like
so-
you should be able to tell from the tone that Cecilia doesn't think the problem is that Sarshan is going to go have sex with Artemisia.
Yeah. No, he's just curious. Starshin
Fair.
knew. So Stong is going to
Sarshan
look,
is just over there being himbo Sarshan. So
Stong is going to look at Cecilia again. He's going to say, well, I didn't get a vote in whether Sebastian stays in that house, and I would have voted no. And I just want to let you know that you can come to me with anything at any time. Like, you don't need to wait all this time, and people notice, but maybe they think that you've got it handled. You know, I trust in your strength. I think you're truly strong. And I guess I didn't I didn't understand how much you were holding in.
Yeah, well,
But why would Artemisia say something like that?
I don't really want to ask her. I don't.
You know, I feel like she really doesn't respect you. You're the older sister. You are more powerful than her in my eyes. You have a patron that is far greater than any power she can comprehend. But maybe she thinks otherwise. She's got the Silks at Dawn. She's got Lilton. You know, look at Sarshan. He doesn't even own a pair of shoes. Lilton.
He has dishes, though.
he
Only two.
Oh
Turns
man.
out.
Are they gold dishes? Because Lilton's
Why would you
putting her
have
in.
gold Wait, why would you have gold dishes?
Well, because Lilton's putting her in these gilded carriages. So maybe she thinks
Are
she's
we
doing
done with
better
him?
than you.
If that's doing better, then congratulations.
You know, maybe it's time you claimed something for yourself. And I'd like to help you.
That sounds weirdly evil. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, if you want to describe it like that, maybe. But I just really am looking out for your best interests. I would love to support you in whatever it is that you want to do.
Aw.
Thank you. I wish I knew.
I have your back. No matter what direction the road may lead.
He's gonna give him a big hug.
He's gonna.
Then she's also gonna tell him, don't say things like claim whatever you want. It makes you sound evil.
You know, when it comes to my friends, I get a little zealous. Thank you.
Let me ask a question.
Mhm.
Stong, did you bring Mirabelle with you? Or
Yeah.
did you leave her at the manor?
Oh, he'd definitely bring her.
Okay. Mirabelle reaches out and like touches Cecilia's cheek. She's like,
Mm.
Auntie Cece.
Hey, sweetie. Is she trying to make Cecilia smile?
Yeah, maybe, or maybe she's trying to hug you. It's unclear.
Like, I feel like with pep talk, I don't know that Cecilia is aware enough to give us a talk like, it's okay. My feelings aren't your responsibility. Sometimes people feel sad. But Aaron wants to give Mirabelle this talk. Don't internalize an obligation to fix adults' feelings, Mirabelle.
Mirabelle goes,
Stong hands her,
I give her a hug.
offers her.
All right, I'll hold Mirabelle.
Mirabelle reaches up to Cecilia's ear and says, always choose daddy.
What? No, don't. That is terrible advice.
Your dad is wonderful, but you know what? Just,
That's
Uncle Sarsar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uncle Sarsar
I
funny.
don't.
he's hilarious. Can we just call him Sarshan? Is that a thing? I guess I'm not technically your aunt, so that doesn't imply anything.
I don't know how to do this talk.
Sarcy?
Oh my god. I think I made it worse.
Sarcy.
So Stong's going to take Mirabelle back, and he's going to see a split in the road, and he's going to say, all right, well, I'm headed this way. You have fun at the Purple Lady. And
Okay.
remember,
Where are you
if you ever
going?
need anything, just let me know.
Thank you.
I'm still worried about my financials, so I'm going to go talk to an old friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Cecilia Ilra comes back up to you and she says, are you all right?
I'm better.
Hmm. Your friend does seem to care about you deeply.
He's a good guy.
I hope so.
He should stand up for himself more, I think.
Yes.
Apparently, Artemisia's been borrowing a ton of money from him.
Hmm.
Just, you know what? No, not my. I don't need to jump in and act like I'm her big sister.
but you are her big sister.
Well, that only goes so far, doesn't it? So
Several drinks. Okay, so you head back to the Purple Lady. Back at the manor.
which is still trashed.
Yep. You get in and you're like, what happened here?
Not going there.
Back at the manor. Artemisia, Rogar, Sturge, you're all there. Sebastian is also there. He has made note of everything he can make a note of. And then he shows back up with this big list to hand to Artemisia, but he sees Rogar and Sturge, and he's like, oh, yeah.
I'm a roller perception for, like, did Rogar... Like, Rogar would definitely... Like, that Cecilia, like, just came and then, like, looked very unhappy and just turned around and left. Like, did he, like, perceive anything with his high emotional insight? 23.
Yeah, there's some tension between Cecilia and Artemisia right now.
Okay.
You're not sure exactly what it is. You just know that there's some tension.
Some unhappy looks between them, maybe. Okay. All right. Right. Artemisia, can I grab that list of matches? Or,
yes, I will get you that. Sturge, you said you were gonna watch Mirren for now.
Yes.
I have to go to this council meeting tonight. Otherwise, I would also help. I have to prepare for that. But once I'm back from the council meeting, if you want to take shifts, I can then take that shift if you want.
Oh, thank you. I will come check in on.
Okay.
I can also cast a Guardian of Faith outside her room.
That's a great idea.
So I'll do that. So, bring it down.
Might as well
Sharon Lard.
put it inside the room.
Oh, that's a good idea. Right inside the door.
Can you open a door into that, or is it like? Are we going to accidentally lock ourselves out of Mirren's room?
Right. I'll make sure he's far enough inside the room that he's not blocking the door.
I think you
Stopping
can
you from-
specify who he allows to pass.
Right. And so Sharon Lar, send your guardian to watch over Mirren this next 8 hours, the duration of the spell. And materializes, Dwarven Dwayne Johnson up with the,
And you
Field
smell
and-
what Rogar's cooking when he shows up. All right.
Okay. And right. So okay. Well, that'll help watch over her for next 8 hours at least.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you, Rogar. I will pull a little cot in here and take a nap. Sturge is also going to put the ruby chalice in the little secret compartment.
Okay, so you took it out of your secret place and you put it in Mirren's secret place.
Right.
Is there blood in the chalice?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I seem to remember who else knows of that secret place of Mirren.
I don't think any of us.
Make an intelligence check.
But okay.
Fair.
You definitely did not mention it around Stong.
You
didn't happen.
definitely didn't offer to show him while he was in the room.
Do I have advantage on this?
No.
I rolled it.
Well, there you go.
You think back and you can't remember anybody that knows about that secret compartment. Probably Mirren does.
Yeah. In fact, I think I did. Nobody else does, because I got it. I was alone when I discovered it, and I was alone when I put things back. So, yeah, I'm gonna put it there, and that's good. Yep, and I'm gonna lie down and just kind of make sure she's comfortable, and in terms of if she's kicked all her blankets off, I'll put them back on. I'm not gonna touch her though. And then I'll just lie down, and I'll summon my owl and give him the instructions to just watch over me and give me a good sharp peck on the nose if there's any trouble.
Okay. One other question. Do you take a bath? Because there's a big bathtub in that room.
The unseen servant does good baths.
The unseen servant gives good bath.
I mean, he's no sergeant, but
yes,
he only adds the appropriate amount of magic bubbles to the bath rather than overkill, which is what sergeant does.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Yes.
All right, so Sturge is relaxing in this warm bath.
Yeah. May fall asleep.
best guard ever.
May fall asleep or do fall asleep?
Well, he has this little inflatable neck ring, so his head can go underwater, and he'll just head on. And, yeah, he'll just fall asleep till the water wakes him up because it's too cold, and then he'll get out.
Okay. So, Rogar and Artemisia, were you going to have a conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi. Well, we were going to go get the
list of eligible bachelors.
Right. It seems that many of the moneyed folk in Westgate have been sending Darkdance Manor requests for meetings, attending their revels, funding for certain projects that they were working on with Mirren. Yeah. There's a great deal of business to be done. And that gives you a great source of names of merchant folk. In fact, Sebastian has assembled a list of all of the letters and put them in a likely order of importance. And he handed you that list before he made himself scarce.
The latest parties. So actually, if I could request, maybe this would be a good time to take a break.
Yeah, sure, we could do that.
And then we could have this conversation.
Yeah, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Come back in 10 minutes. You can see the Rogar is going to give Artemisia some advice, I think. So we're going to see how that goes. We're also going to see how Cecilia having a drink with Ilra goes. And we're going to see what Wrong Stong gets up to on the mean streets of Westgate. And Sturge has an uncomfortable dream. So don't go away. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Well, Matt, we're back from our break. Stephen did the most Sturge thing possible, which is that he ran to the bathroom and back within like 1 minute. It was amazing. All right, so back in Westgate. Artemisia and Rogar, you are headed off to go have your discussion. So no further ado, take it away. You're in the manor, go.
So Artemisia, when she was in the master suite, and then she moved out, and I don't know if she's actually slept in that bedroom since. I don't know. Anyway, whatever like smaller bedroom she took, her stuff's not really laid out. It's just kind of like thrown onto the shelves or whatever. And she definitely didn't sleep in that bed last night. So the desk has sort of like metastasized onto the bed. So there's just all kinds of papers. And she's got the list from Sebastian in her hand. And then she starts like going through the different papers, trying to find some other stuff. And Rogar, most of the papers they're not lists like somebody who has to obsessively count something, but they're lists like somebody who feels completely out of control is making like baby steps for like how she can come back into control. So there's like a list that says money. And so there's all these like maybe she could do bigger battles in the arena. Maybe she could like write her father. No, Marcelea would nix that. And there's Briarhouse, got to study the book. Mirren, and actually when she comes to the Mirren one, she like crosses that out and writes like trance and then puts that aside. So at least that's done with. So basically like you're seeing Artemisa's life laid out on the bed.
What would you say like makes up the majority of the items on the list? Like, how would you classify them?
Just things that she thinks that she needs to do. There's nothing like self-care or fun or anything in there. It's all like responsibilities. Okay. She's got the list from Sebastian, and she's actually going to turn to Rogar and be like, this is actually really helpful, but I feel like Sebastian, he shouldn't stick around because, I mean, I said that he shouldn't like get in Cecily's way, but I mean, I don't know if he should he stay around? But well, what do you think?
Well, I'd say it's not up to us. I think the person who most should decide if Sebastian stays around is probably Cecilia.
Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't seem to indicate. Well, she just left. I wonder if she left because of Sebastian.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to like have her not want to come back here, but maybe I should leave. No. Well,
I don't think you should do that. But
I messed up. Anyway, here's the list.
What do you mean you messed up?
Well, I was drunk, and partly it was when I was the wolf, and the wolf she's not like she's as smart, but she's not, well, anyway. And Cecilia was trying to tell me stuff, and I can't blame it all on the wolf. It was me, and I wasn't really listening, and you know, and
why
you heard Ilra
listen?
like,
Why were you not listening?
Well, because I was thinking about all my problems. She like picks up one of the lists, the list that says money, question mark, question mark, question mark. And so
this does look a little, I mean, Sturge's like weird map murder board thing is a little bit, but this, you got like, this is a lot of lists, and I'm not seeing, it all looks like not very fun stuff too. Is this like...
Well, I mean, you don't make lists, you don't have to like remind yourself to have fun. You do that when your responsibilities are fulfilled.
So when all of these things are fulfilled, you're gonna have a bit of fun. Is that the...
Yeah.
Aha. Well, okay. So when you were talking, or when Cecilia was talking to you, and you have all of these lists, so there are certain things that like, you have things that like kind of go through your head, like it repeat, like, you know, like that's not proper, or are you just thinking of your list? What is your head at when?
Well, I mean, I kind of hear Marcelea's, not literally, but you know, that Marcelea, you know, she was big on, you know, responsibility, and obviously I'm not going that direction, but then again, you know, I think maybe it's about being an adult, because, you know, I don't want to deal with the Merchant Council, but it's really important that I do, so I'm going to. So
that you do.
I have to grow up at some point and not get so lost in my own problems that, you know.
What do you mean by grow up? Grow up. Who's by whose definition grown up?
Well, adults have responsibilities, don't they?
Well, different adults have different responsibilities, but I'm not sure all adults have an entire room full of lists of responsibilities. I'm a little worried that I don't know. Is this stuff does not seem to be making you very happy and makes you turn into a wolf and tear up the silks at dawn. Whereas,
Well,
like,
I here.
Oh, here.
She's going to give you the wolf mitigation plan, like so you can hold it.
I lock yourself up does not sound like a great solution to like here you have one little line on this one list about battling in the arena, but that's for money. I've seen you in the arena. You have so much fun when you're casting spells. You're throwing lightning around. There's this look on your face that I think I'm like, oh, that's she's happy. That makes me happy to see you happy. And when you were tossing around that wee hydra, like you look pretty happy then.
It was something I just learned. The spell that telekinesis lifts stuff up. It's fun.
So if that stuff is fun and fighting in the arena does make you some money, fighting the Hydra helps your friends. Like there's obviously things you do that still are, I would say, are adult, but also are fun and make you happy. But those probably are not the things that you're thinking about when Cecilia was trying to talk to you, right? So
yeah. I mean, thanks for listening to me now.
Sure. Actually, there's a little exercise I would give the dwarves who would come to me sometimes who had like these kind of dwarves have very strict parents who have very high expectations of them. Let's just say that if you're lucky, and but some of them, had a Marsolea in their head, as it were. And what I'd like you to do is just fill one pocket, like your left pocket, just fill it with silver. And then each time you have that thought of, Marsolea, like that's, I need to be an adult, or, that's not proper, or whatever it is that Marsolea voice in your head is saying, just take out one of those coins. And that's that thought, and just feel it, and just think about what it is and why you're feeling. And I want you to think about how you're feeling. Like, are you happy when you're having that thought? Are you not paying attention to something else you should be paying attention to? And then just put that in your other pocket and see, like, at the end of the day, how many coins have moved over, and just like start to be aware of those things. And well, for the dwarves, it was gold, and we made them give all the gold in their right pocket away. And of course, that quickly made them stop doing that, right? But, just try that, see how it works. And I hope that helps. But, thank you for talking to me about this. It's nice it's nice for you to be able to help my friends. I hope I helped. Did I help?
I think so. I don't have any extra coins. I'll use hairpins. Do you think that'll work?
Hairpins.
Artemisia has a lot of hairpins.
Yes, she does.
Hairpins would work.
She'll go get some.
Okay, and but maybe just doing that instead of turning into a wolf might be good.
Well, I mean, I can't really help turning into a wolf sometimes, but I'll try, and I'll work on this, and then maybe next time I can be there for Cecilia, like properly, if she wants to talk to me again. But
I hope so.
Because she went through a lot, and I at least have my father, and her mom didn't want either of us, but to have a father like that, at least I.
He was a wee bastard, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I need to support her better, but you're right that too much thinking about the lists and getting too much into that was what made me sort of get too up in my own head. So I'm going to do the pin thing. So thank you.
Good. Because I believe me, I'm quite learning myself how just sort of stuffing things down or letting things kind of pile up doesn't exactly turn out great. And I guess that's one of those adult lessons. That's I think part of being adult. Also learning to love yourself and have some fun. Have some fun, Artemisia. Do your magic. That's what makes you happy.
Well, I mean, the book to get Briarhouse, that's magic. I mean, I could
do that. Aye, that's on your list right here. Do Briar. That's a great one. Focus on that. Like, that's a task I think you'd love. You'd have your house back. You get to do cool magic, probably. That's a good thing to focus on.
Yeah.
And your sister. I'm talking to City.
Yeah. And Roger, she was talking about Sarshan, and I mean, I can't help with that at all, and I don't think you should like go and like ask her, but maybe you could help her for that, because I really can't. I don't know anything about love, and I mean, I don't like. I'm glad that they're together, and I'm glad that he's clearly the right guy for her, but I mean, I don't like get it, because he can't even wear shoes. Like,
Hey, he probably can.
and I don't get ruined. He cares way too much about shoes. He has so many shoes. I don't understand why an elf needs that many shoes. But who can understand the heart, right? Well, I try to, but that's my job. So, and I'm excited to be getting back to the job. Thank you so much for this list. It's really, I'm hoping this is going to help me. Maybe I'll even start. I could start like maybe an actual like matchmaking business. Maybe. That would be fun. Okay.
Well, you just told me I should have fun, so you should have fun.
Aye. And okay. Well, all this talk is maybe want to go see what Ruin is up to, but I hope that was helpful. And I've been hoping to talk to Cecilia, but it's been so crazy with her dad trying to kill us, and then trying to get save Mirren, and then and then I did get a wee bit distracted there for a bit. But when I see her next, I'll see if she would appreciate any counseling, but on the love. Okay, well, good talk. And he like goes to like try to I don't know awkwardly maybe a hug her if she wants.
She let him. She doesn't think about initiating these things herself, but she's okay with it.
Okay, and then he goes off to find Ruin.
Well, it is at that point that you hear a loud sound, which you're pretty sure was Sturge shouting. But meanwhile,
I just want to real quick. Everybody make a bet on how many times the chat starts singing "Matchmaker" from Fiddler on the Roof. The number is not 0.
It's definitely not 0.
7.
It's what happens. The word matchmaker.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Purple Lady, Cecilia and Sarshan have gone into one of those private booths with Ilra and Shay, and you're talking and laughing. And Sarshan is a great entertainer. Like he's very charismatic.
I feel like that wasn't what you said before.
He just kind of rambles and tells like preposterous stories that couldn't possibly be true unless you're Cecilia, in which case they're probably
not
somewhat
that
true.
Preposterous.
Right. and at some point, like Shay and Sarshan obviously get along really well, and so they're having a good time playing off each other, and eventually they fall asleep, like they get really drunk and just kind of like, and Shay's leaning on Ilra's shoulder, and Sarshan is like curled up against Cecilia, and Ilra looks over at Shay, and she looks over at Cecilia, and she says, "Yep,
this is possibly an issue. It's a lot of
a good issue."
I
I don't know. This is too much. What?
Nothing. That was me accidentally. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I just hear a tiny voice say some kind of horse elixir? Am I having a stroke?
That was a repetition of something I had said.
Got it.
But it was not horse elixir. So Ilra like raises her hand, and one of the wait staff comes over. You see that the purple lady has been putting things back in order. Like they closed for the evening so that they could restore order in the purple lady, and you're all alone there, not surrounded by dancing.
Okay. So
Celebrating.
these two are fall asleep drunk. What are Ilra and Cecilia?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, chat loves horse elixir, by the way.
Yeah, I was just reading that. That's sorry.
Maybe
My
that should be the
my superpower.
title.
I
Is that
mishear
a horse
things
elixir?
in the most bonkers possible way. Always.
All right.
7.
7.
And I tell people when I mishear them.
All right,
It's
so
charming.
you're a bit tipsy.
Okay.
Okay. Ilra is not maudlin, but kind of like loosened up to be able to speak. And since you're basically all alone, she signals this waitstaff person
Mhm.
who comes over and brings this this dusty black bottle, which is clearly a bottle of jeweled.
Oh my god! Oh!
And Ilra says, "I wasn't sure. I did purchase this for you."
I feel like this is one of those times where Aaron is like, no, absolutely not. You've got through 3 bottles in less than 2 days.
I keep hearing horse elixir.
I do too. What is happening?
I'm sorry, that was my fault again.
Randy's trolling
doing
us.
Horse elixir.
I
feel like I
to
do.
monitor the sound if I try the music again. I keep...
Oh my god.
Sorry. I'm gonna step away.
What is
It's
it?
because
Is it-
he's got the chat going so he can listen to the game and
Okay.
hear how
is
the
it the
music is
music?
sounding.
I was going later. I was gonna. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'm sorry.
I need to know I'm not going insane, Randy.
You're not going.
You're not, it's not you, Aaron.
Is it saying horse elixir?
That time it literally did say horse elixir.
Randy, feel free to mute yourself so you stop gaslighting Aaron.
Good call.
All right.
Oh my god.
Do you accept Ilra's invitation to drink a bottle of Jewel with her?
Ugh. I feel like I have to make some kind of a roll because, like,
Like a wisdom saving throw?
that might be. Well,
With
my wisdom
disadvantage
saving
because you're
throw-
tipsy?
very good.
Okay. Well, with disadvantage because you're tipsy?
14. Ugh, it's going to be more interesting story-wise if she drinks.
Yeah,
the gold.
it-
It's just such a bad idea.
DC was 15.
Okay,
All right.
then fair. I lost that fair and square. I just like I have to just kids don't drink this much fortified wine. It's not a good idea.
Ilra pours you a small glass and she
The
Pours
bottle's
yourself
open now.
exactly.
Ugh.
Also,
And
mold
these
wine.
jokers
Mold
aren't
wine is
doing
like-
it.
Sarshan is now like, and he's like kicking slightly under the table.
Okay, but he cannot have any of this. That's a terrible plan.
Ilra says he seems to be rather lightweight, in fact.
Yeah. Like
Like,
I noticed
like
that.
Shay is like, ah. And Ilra's like, yeah, this one too. So, I'm sorry.
About what?
Many things. I didn't believe you about your father. I wasn't kind to you when we first met, and I did stab you that one time.
You did. You did stab me and leave me for dead. To be fair, you have apologized for that already.
Yes. Well, still, I owe you a debt, and
Sweet.
I would like to help you.
I also feel I owe you an apology.
All
You
right.
warned me about Lilton, and I dragged my feet a little. I went looking for more proof because I didn't believe you 100%.
Yes, well, I understand. I didn't make myself particularly believable. So let's call it even, shall we?
All right. I use
Okay.
the coconut water.
Horse elixir.
Now I'm drinking.
I tried to time it. I failed you,
You
chat.
wanted it.
I failed, chat. I tried so hard. Okay.
I'm gonna stop and I'd have to clean my camera off. All right. But you want to help me
I do.
with what?
So,
I don't have a lot of problems that have very clear solutions right now.
I grew up
Let's
without
get talk therapy.
I grew up without parents.
Congratulations.
Not particularly. I thought it was a blessing at the time. I was free to wander the road and seek my fortune wherever I wished. I was born under a certain star, many-pointed star, that marked me the great destiny, or so I thought when I was younger. And life has a way of disappointing our expectations. And now I am, as you see me now.
Wildly
Our-
powerful businesswoman.
I do have some influence in the city, yes, but not necessarily enough power to do what I really want. Protect the people I love.
I can understand that.
I had a brother once, a long time ago, and a sister who I was forced to kill myself.
Ah, wow.
It was a very dark moment, and I regret it.
I feel like that's a massive understatement.
Well, she was about to kill my brother, so
She had to pick.
they weren't blood relations of mine. You understand?
No, I
was
don't understand. They're
adopted
brother and
into the
sister.
family.
I see.
It's an elf thing.
Got it.
But an actual blood sibling would have been perhaps a mitigating experience for me.
How so?
A chance to learn, to exercise responsibility.
How is that? I don't understand how that having a blood sibling would make you responsible.
Well, I have seen how responsible you are with regard to your own sister. And I have seen the difficulties that has brought you and the happiness that has brought you as well.
Okay, I'm not sure where you're heading with this. I actually don't know how drunk Cecilia is at this point.
Roll a Constitution save. See, every
This is
time.
the problem with having a character who doesn't like to talk about her feelings but needs to talk about her feelings. And like, you remove the barrier to talking about my feelings. Yes, I believe so because I rolled a 5.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you?
Feelings.
Yeah,
you
cheer for
say?
the fail.
Okay, so I think instead she goes, I didn't have any siblings when I was growing up. I was definitely the only one. I was all by myself. I wasn't even allowed, a lot of the time, I wasn't even allowed to play with the other kids. And you know what I did? I made an, don't laugh. I made an imaginary sister. I had an imaginary sister. And her name was Deborah. And she had to go live with the Wicklerin. And so she wasn't always there, but then when I wanted to play and played in the woods, then I would play with Deborah. And I think she was perfect. She was sort of the person I could talk to and the person who was always there and who, you know, I could tell her the secrets that I wasn't supposed to be talking about.
And sometimes I think that I just really want that sister, and I think sometimes maybe I'm just asking for too much from Artemisia, but also from Ruan. This isn't what I thought it would be like having siblings, and I don't.
You expect them to be great blessings. Perfect. Sources of joy. In a joyless life.
I expect them to be there when I need them, and I forget they're all very busy, and then they are making bigger problems for themselves, and do not listen to me at all, it seems like. And that sometimes that I think is the hardest thing, is feeling like nobody listens, like it's like I'm back there again, and she's doing this thing to her chest again, like, ugh, she's gonna drink more. But that's the thing, because I didn't make them up. They're on their own thing. In Rashman, we have a saying that if the bear spirit decides there's honey in the well, you can't pretend it's water anymore. And there you go. I don't know if Ilra knows what that means. Welcome to Rashemi idiom.
Okay. I'll make a roll to determine if Ilra might know that.
Here's another question. Would Ilra admit she doesn't know that? Would Ilra be like, what the hell are you talking about? Or would she
Ilra says, I have in fact been to Rashomon, and that was one of the sayings that somebody told me one time. I never really understood what it meant.
Means you can't make people change.
It's true. Gods know that I tried
Also,
for many years.
Don't piss off a bear spirit. That's the worst one. It's the worst one to piss off. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Worst one.
I think you love your siblings very much.
Yes, I do. Who said I didn't?
No one.
Let's tell them. That's not fair. That's
Oh,
mean.
no. No. Only you can tell them that, obviously. I am happy for you, Cecilia. And I'm sorry that life has been difficult for you.
No, because they both think that I'm gonna that I'm like this scary thing, that I'm the bear. They think I'm the bear spirit. And they can't. Sorry, Yang Yang sent me a message that says use horse elixir in a Rashemi idiom, and now I can't think of anything at all. Can't make up a Rashemi idiom involving horse elixir for me.
You can lead the horse to water, but you can't inject it with horse elixir. Like, that's a 2 jeweled bottle Rashemi
You
idiom.
can lead a horse to a mare, but you can't make elixir. No.
It's probably like, I don't know. I made up a couple of these and none of them apply, and I don't know how to fit a horse elixir into any of them. But it might be. I don't even know what horse elixir is. Is it an elixir for horses? Is it an elixir made of horses? Does it make you act like a horse? What does it do? Is it just a branding thing?
I say yes to all the above. It does all those things.
All those things.
Okay. There's it's just another saying. Another saying.
Yes.
That's you. If you drink the horse elixir and want it to be water, you can be mad when you start sleeping standing up.
I see. Subtle.
It's not a common saying. It's mostly, I don't think I've heard more than one person say it. He might have made it up.
What is Cecilia's passive perception?
12.
Okay. Very subtly, Iller reaches out and just kind of draws your glass a little bit farther away from you.
How full is the bottle?
It's like maybe a quarter still.
Okay. We can still get this done.
Just gonna pull the bottle back.
Can I just leave this? It's not a good idea. But
Bad luck, yes.
very bad luck. But also, it's kind of bad luck to drink it all by yourself because that makes you fighty.
Of course.
And then you go and you punch a guy like a berserker. That's a bad idea.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
Yes.
I should love to hear that story.
Well,
Anon, perhaps. She raises her glass.
did punch. I'll tell you a story. I practiced forever to learn how to charm somebody. I hate doing that. But when he caught me, when Lazar caught me, and I cast it on him, and it worked, which is great. And Sebastian bugged out, but I should have run. But I sat there and I said, this is not going to happen again. And I punched him in the face so hard, he fell over. I think I might have broke his nose because I don't remember it looking quite like that. So,
Oh, that is
cheers
wonderful.
to that.
You know, I was once practicing fencing with a certain golden acquaintance of ours. And I hit him with a stop thrust so hard that he fell over backward. Obviously, he had some magical protection and I didn't actually run him through.
Obviously.
Obviously.
That guy.
Terrible.
Never made me hate a shield spell so much.
Right. Don't worry. We will defeat him together.
Just cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Thanks, it's like,
I think you're gonna change your mind later, but
that's the drunk bad brain talking. So she won't let it
Nice.
out.
All right, so Cecilia and Ilra spend some time trading fun stories and bonding over a bottle of Jeweled. Meanwhile, Sturge, you're lying there in the bath, and you have kind of drifted off into a restful, soft slumber. You have a dream. And in this dream, you are lounging. What would be very restful in Sturge's mind? Would you be lounging on a throne? Would you be lounging on a couch? Would you be lounging in lava that you're impervious to?
You're muted.
Once per game, everyone.
He would be lounging on a rooftop,
On a rooftop.
a couple pillows under him, leaning against a chimney pot, and drinking a glass of red wine with a bottle of red wine corked beside him.
It is a perfect day.
Mm.
You can hear music from down in the street below and the warm smells of cooked pastries and meat.
Mm. Every now and then, he prestidigitates an egg into his hand and lobs it over the edge of the roof.
You hear splat and someone goes, ah, what was that? And then everyone's like, what was that? I don't see anything. And he's like, but it was right there. It hit me in the forehead, my big forehead. Sorry, I have a big forehead. Okay, and you're lying there, and at some point, Fane appears. But she doesn't really look like Fane, but you can tell it's Fane. And she appears kind of like lower on the roof from you, like she's crawling up toward you. And she says, Hello, Sturge.
Hello, Fane.
What are you doing? She's
Having,
like crawling on all fours toward you.
is she crawling like a person or is she crawling like
It's
a?
more like a cat, really,
Hmm.
or like a trash panda, which is to say, like a raccoon.
I'm enjoying a glass of wine. What are you doing in my dream?
I'm here to warn you, in fact.
Oh,
Yeah, you really shouldn't be here.
where's here?
Real dangerous.
Where's
It's crawling
here?
toward you. She gets to like your boots.
Why do I think you are the danger?
I'm not the danger.
Can you stop doing that,
She
please?
starts crawling up
Creepy
you.
crawling is counteracting your statement.
She starts crawling up you.
Did I say no? I think I said no. I grab the bottle and I smack her in the head with it.
She says, "Oh, good, finally." All right. So you you smack her in the head, and she kind of like falls to the side. And when she looks back up at you, she's Mirren in her kind of sleeping gown, soaking wet, like it's
What the-
plastered to her body, and her hair is plastered down around her face. And you realize that you woke up and you're perched on the edge of the pool, and Mirren is kind of like coming through the pool, reaching toward you,
Yeah, back.
and she says, "It's all right, Kaladas. It's all right." And she's reaching for you.
Yeah. Backflip, tumble away.
All right, make an acrobatics check.
Oh my god.
So stylish.
Yeah, you hit her with a big, like a big bar of soap, and it,
Like, yeah, okay.
yeah, it like knocked her to the side just as she was about to touch your face.
So just a little bit troubled at the moment. So only a 13 acrobatics. It may not be very graceful.
Oh yeah, you flounder all over. Soapy water goes flying. You shout. That's the sound that Artemisia and Rogar heard.
Okay, so Kalados is not here. Kalados has gone away. Kalados is in that other room over there.
Mirren stands up and she's just dripping water and soap, and she's got this bar of soap that kind of like slips off her face, and she says, in Elvish, she says, "Kalados, I'm here to take you. Come with me. Take my hand. Just as in days of old."
I can't speak Elvish, so
You can't speak Elvish?
I speak Undercommon, which is no Elvish.
Stephen,
Yes.
you do understand what she's saying, and she is speaking Elvish.
Kalados.
You are also speaking Elvish, which is weird.
Am I still dreaming?
You slap yourself. 1 point of bludgeoning damage. You are awake.
Ow, I'm awake. Okay. Getting some pants on. And how do I wake her up? Backpedaling, putting pants on.
Kalados, my love, this is how we can be together.
It's how we what?
And be together.
Be. Okay. Okay. So that's great.
She doesn't seem fully awake either. Like maybe she is like sleep attacking you.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Oh my god.
So he's going to.
It's kind of, all right, pause for a second. From a DM perspective, this is kind of entertaining how you put the one person who, like Mirren's touch, will kill in the same room with her without anyone to help him.
I don't think we knew that.
Yeah. No idea.
Fun fact! Mirren's touch will kill Sturge, but not the rest of us?
Well, it did do half his hit points and necrotic damage to him.
So Sturge is going to just make himself invisible
Oh man.
Okay.
and move sideways to make sure she's not tracking him.
Kalados, you should know that such things cannot hide you from me. And she starts casting a spell of her own while she's asleep.
Out of there.
She's asleep, sleep casting.
Yeah, going to the door and running away in my pants.
All right, you get to the door, you realize the door is closed. If you open the door, it will break the invisibility.
What?
She said she could see you, didn't she?
She's gonna be able to see me.
Well, she doesn't seem to be seeing you immediately.
Okay, she's gonna.
Sorry, I'm way too into this.
I'm just gonna
Leave I'll let you do your thing.
Aaron's way engaged.
Like, wait.
open the door and go.
Okay, you open the door, the illusion dissipates.
But I am dashing.
You're dashing out.
Yes.
You run headlong into a force field of some kind.
Poof! Ah! Not Kalados!
There you are, my beloved.
Ah,
It is
shit!
time for us to be together.
But
It's our
Misty step-
betrothal night.
Misty step through the force field and dash.
Dashing
No, that's
through
not
the-
how he runs. He runs like this.
All right, mechanic spot, Yang. Can you
Laser
Misty
spinning.
step through a wall of force?
Yes.
All right. You are able to get onto the other side. Artemisia and Rogar come running down the stairs in the tower.
Don't let her touch me.
Mirren's kind of like walking, kind of shuffling.
She's sleepwalking. She thinks I'm Kalados.
She just walks right through the wall of force. No
Yeah.
problem.
And,
The wall remains, but she passes through it.
yep. And she thinks I'm Kalados, her lover. And if she touches me, she'll kill me. So I'm just going to keep going. Here he is. Here's Kalados. I'm pointing at Rogar. You got this, Rogar. You're the love man. And now I just run.
Well, Artemisia wasn't really quite listening to the whole like kill him part. I guess maybe she thinks it's hyperbole, but she's gonna go to Mirren and be just sort of assume that she's like regular sleepwalking, and try to like sort of take her with the arm across her shoulders and like, hey Mirren, let's go back to your room. Come on.
Mirren
Like,
kind of like, oh. And she rests against Artemisia's shoulder.
yeah.
And she says, yes, mother, I think so. I think that will do well. I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
That's all right. I'm here now.
That's good.
Is she gonna go into the room?
Yeah, you can lead her back into her room.
Okay.
Past Dwayne the dwarf Johnson. Okay. Dwayne the dwarf Johnson. You saw Mirren come out and like pulled out his big hammer, and Mirren just kind of put her hand up, and Dwayne just disappeared.
Why do we need to protect her again? I'm not there.
All right, Artemisia, you see Mirren back to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it time for the? There's some hours left until the council meeting, right?
Yes. It's like an hour hence.
Oh, jeez, that's not really quite enough time.
Council meetings are held at midnight, which is weird, but you know.
Pretty fair.
It feels very Westgate. Like,
Yeah.
what could we do that would be the most sinister and
Council meetings at Westgate
council meetings
with
at
lightning.
midnight.
I'm sure that tradition wasn't at all started back when
Artemisia can
vampires
provide
ruled
that.
the city.
Right. That's the other part of it. Like, which half? This is the game you play when the council meeting gets boring. Which of these people is a vampire?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna play vampire now. Everybody, close your eyes.
I feel like this is a game in Westgate you play anytime you're stuck somewhere at night. Stuck in a cafe, which of these people is a vampire? Stuck in a carriage because there's a traffic accident in front of you, which of these pedestrians is a vampire?
so much more fun than people watching Vampire Watch.
It's like
All
the
right.
it's like the
We need
license
to
plate
move.
game. but
We need to move to a
Westgate.
different city, friends.
Or
So
become
you-
vampires.
So
Yeah,
you put
true,
Marin
true.
back to bed, and she kind of mumbles a few more things. Like, she seems to think that you're her mother. And she like sniffles a little bit, but then goes back to sleep,
Okay.
leaving the three of you kind of like, what just happened? What? Okay. Meanwhile, Steven is still muted. Meanwhile, we'll go to Stong. So Stong, you broke off from Cecilia and the party, heading to the Purple Lady.
Yep.
And where did you go?
Stong would like to check in with his old friend Badger, who also happened to invest a bit of his money, like once upon a time. He wants to see how much that investment has yielded.
You find Badger at the Rotten Root Tavern, which, to remind everyone, is kind of a slightly basement, sub-street tavern. You have to climb down some steps because there's a big tree growing over it, which many people believe is a slumbering dark treant, but other than like the face carved into it, it doesn't show any signs of being animate. And so it is full of sleazy, shady people, including Badger. Badger is a gnome, and he is sitting in the corner, having some kind of business talk with a large, well-built human fellow. And Badger's like, oh yeah, I'll have you your coin, no problem, absolutely, tomorrow. Oh, I see another one of my clients. I gotta bid you adieu. Adieu. See you anon. Yes. Haha. Goodbye. And the guy wanders off going, And Badger's like, oh, Stong, over here.
Stong walks over, and he'll motion the waitress over and signal her for 2 more drinks, and then 1 milk for the baby.
Mirabelle's like, and Badger says, still have the cute baby. Very nice, very nice. That was excellent timing, by the way. I did not really like that fellow very much. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, Badger, I happened to invested some money with you earlier in the year, and I was just wondering what's happened to that money.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, it's obviously I've invested it and yielded a certain percentage, and your money has grown. Good news! You have about as much money as you invested in the first place.
Stong's gonna lean in to Badger. He's gonna say, Badger, I heard you were the best. Am I
I'm
mistaken?
not sure who told you that, but I will accept that label, sure.
You know, if you really didn't grow my money at all, what use are you?
Well, you see, Stone, here's the thing. I did grow your money, and then there was this earthquake that devastated half the city. And suddenly people don't want to invest anymore. But
Interesting.
But you do raise an interesting point, and I do like you, Stong, and you do have this really cute baby, so I will let you in on a certain business deal that I've been pursuing.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, a great many people have, you see, only recently has Westgate started to look at this concept of this thing called insurance. In the wake of what many are calling the happy earthquake. It's certainly happy for me in terms of coin flow, as it were. So, let's say I return to you your money half again. Okay, 150%, that's right. And you go in with me on a certain little deal.
I'm intrigued.
Excellent. Well, here's what it is. So, we're selling insurance, and so I need you to add this particular sponsor jiggle to any of your performances.
All right.
It goes like this. Westgate Happy Insurance, always there for you.
I like it. And we, the two of us,
Feel
will
free
be
to
the
put any
co-owners.
embellishments. You're the artist, not me.
We would be the two co-owners of Westgate Insurance, correct?
Well, technically, you would be the owner and I would be the majority consultant. We could be co-owners if that's what you want.
I mean, that sounds like quite a sweet deal for me. What's the catch?
I'm gonna need you to make an intimidation check.
Okay. Let's see. Intimidation. 15.
Oh, yes, the cash. Yeah, no. There is indeed a catch that there would have been, but I'll definitely write that out of the contract. So, 50-50.
I think as Badger is saying that, Stong takes like the partially melted dagger from the morning and he puts it on the table and he tells Mirabelle to play with it.
40-60. 30-70.
Sounds good to me, friend.
All right, good.
Let's shake on it.
You could take that other 20% and give it to the cute little baby, or not, whatever you like. He shakes on it.
I want to like slightly crush his hand.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right.
Okay.
So Stong says,
By the way, have your eyes always been black like that? Just curious.
Stong's gonna lean into him. He's gonna say, oh, maybe you seem to be a little bit too curious. Maybe you're mistaken.
No. I'm clearly mistaken.
Just the light.
Just trick of the light. Just trick of the light, definitely. So I'll set you up with that coin. In fact, I have some on me right now. Here's 50 platinum pieces.
Ooh, okay.
All I have.
He's gonna say, I'm gonna send somebody by to work on this endeavor with us later. Her name is Asha.
Asha. Oh, is she nice?
The nicest.
Ah, good. That's a relief.
Badger.
Yeah.
Stong is gonna slide back 10 platinum to him, and he's gonna say, you know, I've always thought about you as a
That's
friend.
reassuring. Oh, good. Yes. Always thought of me.
I hope
The
that this
friend.
business venture lets us stay friends.
Uh-huh. The best of friends, partners. That's the best kind of friend. Mercantile partnership. Limited liability.
Well, it's time for me to go.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Stong is going to take the milk, take the dagger, take his drink, quaff his drink, and then put it down, and then walk away.
Asha and Badger.
Don't think Dad would like that.
Okay, you head outside and you see a green light, like a green lantern lit in the upper floor of a nearby building, which is a signal to come and meet.
Yeah, so Stong recognizes that signal, and he looks around, and he casually walks into the building and knocks on the door.
Yeah, as you're going through, you see there's a long mirror in the common room. This is it's the closest thing that Westgate has to a hotel. It's kind of like short-term housing for like up-and-comers in the city, that kind of thing. So not really low-income housing. People don't stay here very long. They get to the city, they move in, they either become rich or they become homeless, and then they move out. Okay, so there's a great deal, like a revolving door in this sort of place.
Gotcha.
There's a mirror in the common room, and as you're looking, you do see that your eyes are very, very dark. Would you like to investigate closer?
Yeah, he's gonna get a little closer, and then he's gonna like pull down his lower eyelid, and he's gonna see what he can figure out.
Yes. Your eyes look, well, your pupils are shaped kind of subtly like skulls.
What?
Whoa. Okay,
What
interesting.
happens when they dilate?
Bigger skulls.
Stong is going to like blink really hard and then like rub his eye and then look again.
Still there. You
Interesting.
hear a slightly rough voice from the nearby stairwell. Well, finally you're here. I thought you weren't going to show up. It's
Stong
a
turns to look.
scarcer, of course.
He's gonna smile and he's gonna say, sorry that I've delayed our date, but I hope you don't mind.
She bids you to follow her, and you head up to her temporary housing. And she says, well, things are going well. Are things going well for you?
Yes, I'm so glad that you got my sending.
Indeed, indeed. It will take a while to muster a fleet loyal to me. But in the meantime, I want you to know that I approve. You have done good things in your time back in the city, and I am not angry that you left me behind. I would have done the same in your situation.
Stong is going to pull her close,
Oh,
and then he's going to push her with her back to the wall, and then he's
Oh.
going to slam the wall next to her with an elbow, and then
Okay.
lean in close.
oh, you put a crater in the wall. Yeah, you lean in close. She
I
looks
was
up at you
Honestly,
defiantly.
50-50 kissing or killing her right now.
Yeah. She looks
Um,
up at you defiantly.
He's gonna say, "I am very pleased that you answered my summons."
Good. Can we avoid this word summons? I have business with you.
I just, I hate to-
For you see. And then she gestures to the table where you see an egg.
Oh no.
Oh,
All right. Stong looks at her and then he says, "What about that matter that I requested?"
We have made a pact, you and I. But if you would like to put pleasure before business, I do not object.
He is going to put Mirabelle into the baby safety dimension, and then he is
Mirabelle
going
goes,
to,
Daddy, boom, into the shadow.
and then he's going to ask her, with or without this red dragon scale on.
Oh, leave the armor on.
Oh my god! Oh, it's upsetting.
that's
Because
weird
it
on
is
so many levels.
All
is-
right, and that's
is
all the time we have
Oh
for
my
tonight. So,
God.
thank
All
you
right.
all for
Giving us all
coming
nightmares.
Thank you all for
I
watching
didn't know what else
episode
to
46.
do.
of the Westgate Irregulars with Wrong, Stong, and the sisters having their conflict, Rogar on his quest, and Sturge having his nightmare. I have been Eric Scott DeVee, the DM of this campaign. Thank you very much. We are headed toward the end of season 1. Episode 50, I'm hoping, will be the end of season 1. But don't worry, because we're going to kick off season 2 in January. So take it away, Aaron.
I'm Erin M. Evans. Check out our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms at idlechampions.com. And come check me out on their Twitch channel, CNE Games, on Monday at 11 with me, Dave Walters, and Tori Bettis to talk about the lore of the Forgotten Realms in Champions of Lore.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Thank you to our moderator, Aldrine, Shay, and I think I saw Player Red earlier.
Hey, I'm Ying Wang. Check out the charity that we are currently supporting. It is Heifer International. They are a international organization that works with 21 countries or more, and they try to take local farmers and educate them and make sure that their practices are sustainable and competitive in the overall space, in the global economy. They do some terrific work. So click the link below and check out what they do.
Yeah, economic development, women's empowerment, a lot of different programs, actually. Cool place.
You're muted.
That's two.
Steven.
Gets
You
3.
can also find our
Oh, that's
past videos on our YouTube channel, linked to our Twitch page below. Be sure to click subscribe to support us and the bell to get notified as we add new content.
Right. And hi, I'm Randy. Bye, I'm Randy. I'm just still thrown by everything wrong. Stong did. Sorry.
I think Wrong Stong is probably the title of the episode.
Oh
like it.
man.
Don't you
Yeah.
think? Don't you think? I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
Wrong Stong doing some wrong.
Just keep it tight. Wrong song.
Wrong Stong.
Yeah, I
Wrong
like
song.
it. It's good.
We're
But
good.
thank you all so much for watching, and the event. Oh, thank you very much to everyone who gave subscribed or gave us bits. Thank you so much to Friday Afternoon Tea
Appreciate you.
for all the gift subscriptions and everyone who gave. We do it for the love, but all the money helps keep the lights on, as it were. Check out our website for our Shay's awesome recaps, profiles on all the characters and NPCs, and
Lists.
and bonus lists, Artemisia's lists, and more. So
Come hang out on our Discord.
and come hang out on our Discord. We're gonna hop on over there. Come join us. I think, what did they type into the thing to get the Discord there? Link
It should be showing up in the chat pretty soon.
Okay.
Bang, Discord would do it.
Cool. Yep. So I guess we'll see you there. And until next week, stay scrawly.
Horse elixir.